Former United States President Donald Trump's narrow escape from the assassination attempt at a rally in Pennsylvania is seen as a miracle. Many have termed it a divine intervention. People have recalled how Trump played a huge part in the first Jagannath Rath Yatra festival in New York City and expressed that Lord Jagannath saved his life from the shooter. Did you know? Exactly 48 years ago, in July 1976, it was Donald Trump who helped ISKCON devotees organize the first Rath Yatra in United States by providing his rail yard for the construction of the chariots for free. Amid the ongoing Rath Yatra festivities and homecoming of Lord Jagannath and his siblings, here's a story we are sure many would not be aware of. The first chariot procession of the Lord of the Universe, Mahaprabhu Jagannath, kicked off on the streets of New York in 1976, with assistance from the then 30-year-old emerging real estate mogul in United States of America, Donald Trump. When ISKCON was planning to organize the first Rath Yatra in New York City in 1976, on the occasion of its 10th birthday, challenges were galore. They had permission to use the 5th Avenue, which in fact is a big deal. But they needed an empty site close to the starting point of the parade route to build the massive wooden carts. Everyone they asked said no. They were concerned about insurance risk, which is understandable. While the grant of parade permit at the 5th Avenue was nothing short of a miracle, finding a huge empty site where chariots could be built was also never going to be easy. They knocked at the doors of every person possible, but in vain. It was then that the former United States President Donald Trump emerged as a ray of hope for the devotees. Desperation of devotees reached peak. Hopes were nearly shattered. Almost all the firm owners who were approached reportedly said they were in the process of selling the property at the Pennsylvania rail yard, which was marked at the perfect location for cart making. A few days later, someone told them that Donald Trump had purchased the old railway yard. But still there were concerns, as a dozen other landlords they had asked for had already said no. And why would Trump be any different? Nevertheless, the devotees went to his office with a big basket of Mahaprasad and a presentation package. Trump's secretary took it, but warned the devotees. He never agrees to this kind of things. You can ask, but he's going to say no. Have faith in Mahaprabhu, they said, and the miracle was bound to happen. 3 days later, Trump's secretary called up the devotees saying, I don't know what happened, but he read your letter, took a bit of the food you left, and immediately said, sure, why not? The secretary then said, come on down and get his signed letter of permission. Yes, Trump had signed the papers giving permission to use the open rail yards for construction of the Rath Yatra carts. Receiving approval for parade permit was another daunting task that the devotees faced. On behalf of the Hare Krishna movement, Toshin Krishna Das was in charge of getting the permit. He had submitted a written proposal to the authorities. The police department had initially said yes, but again they said no, as there was mayor's edict since 1962 against allowing new parades on the 5th Avenue. With no option left, Toshin finally approached the chief of police in Manhattan. Nobody had any clue about how the chief would respond to the application, but after a careful review, the police chief signed the papers with a smile. I don't know why I'm doing this, the chief said, and then he signed it, reveals Toshin. Like other corporate company owners, Trump also could have easily rejected the proposal. Devotees thought the police chief was no exception either. Why they didn't say no still is a question unanswered, as devotees cite it as a blessing of Lord Jagannath.